Alright, so those are kind of like the basics on resumes. Okay. Let's move on. Alright, so after your resume should start with your personal information. Your name should be on the top, address, email address, and phone number. Okay. Next on a resume is an objective. Okay. An objective is kind of like what you hope to accomplish with this resume, or what you're trying to do. Like, I gave an example on your worksheet. To obtain a job as a server and learn about the restaurant industry. That's kind of like if you were applying to be a waitress or something, or a hostess, right? This is the exact same resume that I used when I got hired for this job. My objective was to obtain a teaching or education administration position within a school or company that provides a fun and supportive learning environment. So it's kind of like, you try to be a little descriptive, you know. I always point out on my resume that I put fun on there. It's not typically something that you see on a resume, but one thing. Hi, Carmen.
Hi. Are you here on Friday afternoon?
Yes, I will be.
All right.
Yes.
There's a new student. Would you be able to meet after?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Alright. But you know, words like that, like fun or supportive, that kind of gives yourself some character, right? It lets the employer or whoever it is I'm applying to know that, you know, I want to work at a place that is somewhat engaging and that has, you know, isn't always so rigid and things like that. So it does give some kind of color to your resume. Okay. I have what's called a profile on my resume. Not all resumes have that, but it just kind of adds more detail to who you are. It's not just statistics or, you know, facts about you. Just kind of more characteristics that you could add. Okay. Then employment history. You guys haven't had a job, so your employment history isn't going to be there, but you are going to put the next section, education, right? So you list the schools that you attended, right? And then references. Do you guys know what references are? Do you know what references are?
Your background boss or something?
Kind of. It's someone that the employer can call to kind of ask questions about you. Like, usually there's two types of references. What were you gonna say?
Like a reference where the person from your last job, like, okay, the new job that you're applying for, if he needs to call somebody to see like how you work, then he'll call like where you last worked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that would be a professional reference, someone that you've worked with. You could also have personal references, meaning someone that knows you well, like a friend or a relative, right? Someone applied to Pizza Hut a couple weeks ago. They used me as a reference because I would be a professional reference for you guys, in case they wanted to call. Okay. For references, you want to let the person know that you're putting them down as a reference beforehand. Okay, and also that. One thing, like you were saying, you use a previous boss, right? So if you leave a job, you don't want to leave on bad terms, right? You want to leave on good terms because you can use that person as a reference still, right? Meaning that they could call them and they could put in a good word for you, right? You don't want them to call and them saying negative things about you, right? Okay? So that's kind of like that's pretty much my resume. I wanted to give you guys a chance to kind of make your own really quick, and that'll be it. And then we'll save them and you guys can keep them for yourselves. Okay? So just a short mini lesson on resumes. Okay. Okay, so go ahead, grab a computer if you don't have one. And I'll show you, there's actually templates. and we'll go into more detail as we walk through it. So go ahead, open up Word when you get a chance. Mm-hmm. Is it not working? I'll go to the bottom right corner, all programs, Microsoft Office. It is right there. In Microsoft Word. Did you find it, David?
No.
Go to all programs. One second. There. Office. Word. Alright. So let me show you guys. Once you guys get into Word, go to File, New. Oh, New, not print. New. Go to File, New. The bottom left corner. Top left corner, I mean. New. And then go to these sample templates. If you see it on the right there, go ahead, click on it. And then look at the different types of resumes and see which type that you guys like. There's different types. I mean, they all look similar, but you do want to try to keep it as simple as possible to make sure that it's easy to understand. So there's like equity resume, essential resume, executive resume. I thought the executive one was okay. Alright. Did you pick one? Which one did you pick? That's fine. Mm-hmm. I would go down. Maybe you want to pick this one. Did you find one, Luis? This one's the executive resume.
Oh.
Which one did you pick? That one. I don't think this one's a resume. No, this one's a letter. So you want to pick a resume template.
Where's this?
This one that's on here is executive. It's not that one. It's this one. You don't have to use that one, but just showing you guys that there are different formats. Right? And then you can go ahead and start filling in the top part. So for that, you're going to put your name. Then you're going to put your email. Your address. Phone number. Whatever that is. Some people have like a web page. Some people even put their Facebook because they have a professional Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can even put that on there. You doing okay, dude?
Yeah.
You find it? Got it, Miguel?
Yeah.
Don't worry about the website.
What do you mean?
The where it says type your website. You don't need that.
What would be type your website?
Well, for right here,
Yeah.
you don't need to put it. You can put your like I was saying. Some people put like their Facebook address,
Oh.
or they put like a professional website that they have. Nice.
Check my phone.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, for your information.
Yeah, no, my phone number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I just bought
What?
it.
Yeah.
For objectives, type what we've done.
Okay, so for objective is going to be something that you hope to accomplish with this. If you've never had a job, you might want to put to maybe to get or obtain my first job and learn some new skills, right? It also depends on what type of job that you're applying for. So if you have a particular job in mind, you might want to gear it towards that, right? Like on the example from the worksheet that I gave you guys, it was for someone who wants to be a waitress. Her objective or his objective could be to obtain a job as a server and learn about the restaurant business.
Right.
Mm-hmm.